They don't speak, they don't move, they don't cry out when cut. And yet, they feel the sun, they sense touch, they send signals, they respond to the world around them. Some can learn, a few remember. All of them are more alive than we once believed. This is the quiet world of plants, not just scenery, but participants in life. And today, we're asking a question that sounds strange, until you pause to consider it. Do plants have a kind of mind? Long ago, some suspected plants weren't as passive as they appeared. In the early 1900s, an Indian scientist, Jagadish Chandra Bose, set out to prove it. He built delicate instruments that detected faint electrical pulses in plants. When he pricked a leaf, it reacted like a heartbeat. He believed plants could feel, that they could suffer. He was mocked, but he pressed on. He showed that plants responded to sound and could remember repeated touches. His invention, the crescograph, magnified plant movement thousands of times. You could watch a leaf tremble in response to the slightest change. For the first time, the idea that plants had behaviour, not just biology, began to take root. Plants have no eyes, no ears, no nerves, yet they see, they hear, they feel. They use photoreceptors to sense light, its colour, strength and direction. That's how sunflowers track the sun. It's how seeds, buried in darkness, know which way is up. Some plants react to touch. The Mimosa pudica folds its leaves when disturbed. Tap it once, it closes. Tap it again and again. It stops reacting, not because it's broken, because it has learned. Roots appear to grow toward the sound of running water. Some flowers produce sweeter nectar when they hear a bee's buzz. No ears, just vibration sensors. And plants respond to chemicals. A tree under attack releases airborne signals. Nearby trees detect them and prepare, stiffening their leaves, producing bitter compounds, or summoning insects to defend them. No central brain, no leader, just a living system constantly sensing, responding, adapting. When we think of communication, we imagine sound, language, signals passed from one brain to another. Plants use a different system, quiet, chemical and deep. Through the air, they send volatile, organic compounds, scents that carry warnings or attract helpers. Underground, their roots connect via a network of fungi, the mycorrhizal network or wood wide web. Older trees, mother trees, have been observed sending extra nutrients to nearby seedlings. When dying, they sometimes release their remaining resources into the network, as if passing something on. Some plants even recognize family. They grow differently when neighbors are kin. They compete less. They make space. This isn't kindness. It's not emotion, but it is awareness of others and action based on that awareness. Touch a plant once, it reacts. Touch it again, it might not. That's not damage, it might be memory. In one experiment, scientists repeatedly dropped Mimosa pudica a short distance. At first, it closed its leaves every time, but soon it stopped. It had learned there was no danger. A week later, the memory held. In another test, pea plants learned to associate a breeze with incoming light. Eventually, they began growing toward the fan, expecting light to follow. That's conditioning, something we once thought only animals could do. There's no brain, but there may be biochemical traces, a kind of memory system based in signals, not thoughts. And if memory changes behaviour, doesn't that qualify as learning? Can a plant be conscious? Many say no. Plants lack brains, nerves, or any structure resembling a mind. But others point to signs of awareness, anticipating future events, changing behaviour with context, signalling to neighbours. Maybe it's not the wrong idea, just the wrong question. Instead of asking, are they like us? We could ask, are they aware in their own way? Some scientists propose proto-consciousness, not thought, not feeling, but a basic decentralized awareness. A living feedback loop rooted in biology, not belief. It may not be sentience as we know it, but it could still be something real. Not everyone is convinced. Many argue that terms like plant intelligence are misleading, that we're projecting meaning onto reflexes, that we mistake complexity for consciousness. Some fear we're anthropomorphizing, seeing ourselves in systems that are simply responsive, and those are fair points. But even critics admit that plant behaviour is more sophisticated than once believed. The truth may lie between wonder and caution, not proof of consciousness, but not just chemistry either. Understanding how plants perceive the world changes how we grow, farm, and protect them. We could design agriculture that speaks to plants, using light and sound, not just fertilizer and spray. In conservation, we might learn how forests self-heal, share resources, and respond to threats if we listen to their quiet networks. It also challenges our ethics. Should we treat plants with more respect? Not like animals, but not like objects either. And in technology, researchers are studying plant systems to model decentralized intelligence. How to build robots and software that adapt like roots, not think like humans. In the forest, there may already be a kind of wisdom we haven't yet understood. Plants don't speak, they don't move like we do, but they are alive in ways we're only beginning to grasp. They respond, they remember, they reach, they retreat, they adapt. Their awareness may not be conscious, but it is constant. And maybe the lesson isn't that plants are like us, but that life has many ways of being aware. So next time you pass a tree or see a vine reach toward the light, pause. It may not be watching, but it's listening, quietly alive, always listening.